Drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and a giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
Hey y'all, what's good? What's good? What's good? It's your girl Tara J with Hot XX Mag Online Radio. Okay, we are lit tonight. I'm super excited for everybody to be tuning in. You know, some people probably still tuning in. It was a very nice day. I don't know about y'all, but I had a super busy and productive day. Okay, I was out with my son. We had mommy and Tristan time, and then later we went to a birthday party. Me, him, and his dad. So it was just super fun. And, it was good to have a day off and chill with my son, because y'all know how it is. If y'all got kids, y'all always working and it's a lot. You want to be there, but you got to make the money at the same time. So, it was really a good day. But I'm super excited for tonight. Okay. We got some special guests in the building. Okay. We got the Rap. And they're a podcast too. I know y'all like, you got another podcast on a podcast? I sure do. Because we all support each other. Okay. I'm tired of hearing, radio stations and podcasts saying, oh, well, you can't be on my platform because you do the same thing. Man, bump all that. We all going to the top, okay? And we're going to see each other there, and that's how that works. So I'm super excited for my special guest. You guys, if you've seen the commercial twice, I played it twice at the beginning for Hot XX Magazine, make sure you hit me up. We have June issue. We have 2 issues, 21 and 22 coming out, featuring Daniel White and Chuck G. So make sure that y'all, get a slot in the magazine, and we will have physical copies as well for y'all to order and stuff. And y'all already know next year I'm already planning on doing the Hot XX Magazine Award Show again. So that's gonna be lit as always. So yeah, you guys, we're about to get into this interview. So without further ado, let's get into it. What's good? What's good?
What's up?
What's
What's up?
going on, Tara J?
Nothing much. How are y'all feeling today?
Man, we feeling good, man. We coming off a fresh interview
Yep.
ourselves. Excited to talk with you. I know I've been trying to put this in the works for a long time. So yeah, it's nice to get on with you.
Absolutely. I know. It's like it's about time.
Right. How
So,
you feeling today?
I'm feeling okay. I had a good day, good, nice, productive day. I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie. Them kids will
Nice.
wear you out, that's for sure.
Man, I got a couple of them upstairs right now, man. I'm telling you, they don't stop, man.
Yeah,
No.
go back to mine after.
Okay. Listen, I told y'all, see, y'all thought I was capping. See, the grind don't stop, even with
Never.
Right,
kids.
right.
So,
Yeah.
even though I said it a couple times, let the people know who we talking to today.
Okay, so we the rap. Me and my partner here, Coach Smitty, Shamrock, whatever you want to call him. I'm Marcus Porter. We started up. We started up our own podcast a couple months ago. Uh, and we wanted a podcast that felt so real, like real conversations with people, getting people from the city and just talking real stuff, and like with no limits to nothing. We try to get down to the nitty gritty, being as raw as possible. We've been going on a couple months strong now. We in the thousands, of plethora of views and stuff, so
Wow.
I feel good about that. And just trying to get the real, but trying to keep people entertained at the same time. You know what I mean? So that's a little bit like a little bit what we do. I know Smitty's going to elaborate a little bit too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we like to support black businesses. You know what I mean? Anybody up and coming and all that. So
Yeah.
it's a wrap. We like to keep it real. You know what I mean? If you got to clear up anything on here, let them know or let them know if it's true. You never know.
Very
Right.
true. Very true. Listen, I'm glad we got a station how to do that, a podcast how to do that. Okay.
Right.
And that's super dope. So, you mentioned about the podcast and everything you got going on and what you guys aim, to succeed with each show. But how did you guys get started even doing a podcast? What inspired you to start something like this?
Great question. Man, this is going to sound crazy,
This
but
is gonna sound
so
wild.
we work together.
Yep. This
Uh,
is
Oh.
my boss.
so yeah, so he started a couple months ago at my job, and
Mhm.
he was just talking. I remember him and another guy were just talking, and I'm like, man, this is a great conversation. This is like something I would listen to on a podcast because I love like radio personalities and podcasts and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So I'm
Mhm.
listening, and I'm like, man, these dudes don't know. I got some of the equipment at home. We could do this ourselves. Like we know I went and I decorated up, and I before I even asked him did he want to be on, I just knew he would say yes. So I went and I talked I went and got everything, started ordering stuff. Then I talked to him about it, and he said, "Hell yeah, bro! Can we come from here?"
Yeah, heck yeah.
uh, he
She
said,
says, "Heck yeah."
"Yeah, can we come from here?" Heck yeah. But no, but so it just seemed so natural because it's
Hmm.
something I always wanted to do. And when I heard his talk, I was like, man, me and his opinions just get so crazy. It would match up so well with each other.
Right.
And a couple episodes in, it's looking like it's paying dividends. So we're gonna keep this train rolling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy that you got that's crazy. Like that's crazy how that works.
Right.
Yeah.
When we seen you down at Level Up a couple weeks ago, that was like our first little live show. We kind of fucked it up a little bit. We
Uh-oh.
didn't know what we were doing all like that. We were just trying to. Me and him are real good at rolling with the punches.
Yep.
I think we complement each other so well because we're both like we're both so understanding and be like, you know what, it might not have been perfect this time, but don't let it frustrate you. We're gonna move forward from that and learn from the
Hmm.
mistakes, and
Yeah.
next time we'll do it better. You
We'll
know what
get
I
it
mean?
next time. It's all about progression and, like you said, rolling with the punches. So.
And I needed him. He says he needs me. I needed him just as much as he needed me
Right.
because like I couldn't deal with no crybaby ass motherfucker right now. You know what I mean? I'm
Okay.
learning. I'm trying to learn all this shit myself, so everything's not gonna be perfect. And he's so understanding, and he's like really the perfect the peanut butter to my jelly. It's like it's like we've been studying. Now me and him study the game. We listen to shows like your show, and
Yep.
look at stuff like that, and just say, you know, what can we emulate or what can we do to make ourselves better? Like, you know what I mean? Just like taking heed, honestly, because like I respect all you guys, any guys in the city. Like I know you elaborated on a little earlier when you said why not all of us come together. That's why I'm glad I
Right.
got to talk to you because it's all from admiration admiring state. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
I know I told you in person I wanted to give you flowers while you can smell them, even though we might be in the same field. I respect what you do,
thank
and
you.
I'm cheering for you because you doing good makes all of us look good. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Thank you. And I really do appreciate that. And you guys probably know because, you started your podcast and just getting that love for something that you love to do is such a good feeling. So,
Right.
honestly, I feel like the ones who actually love what they do and started it with the love for what they do are the ones that want to help each other,
Right.
honestly. And, I tell people all the time this music industry, whether you're a rapper, promoter, DJ, radio host, radio podcast, whatever, it's not for the weak. And at the end of the day you have to be tough, you have to just believe in it, love it, and keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
We dropped some videos right now. It's like every video did better than what I expected. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because we don't come from radio personality. Like, we already had a name in it, so like it's like everything was raw and just just put out there. And the feedback has been great. Me and him noticed the flaws and the stuff we do and what we could do to get better. But I'm just loving every support I get. I remember when I got my first 100 view, I was just telling my friend, I said, man, a
That was
hundred people
crazy.
tuned in to me.
That was
Like,
crazy.
so it was like, it's just like up there now we, hit into the thousands and stuff. So it just feels good. And we really got a good show. We want to talk about what people want to hear. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we're interesting. We got the drama, we got the sports, we got the rap, we got whatever you want to talk about, whatever. That's why we call it the rap. I mean, it stands for real ass podcast, but in Pittsburgh, we say let's rap about it. That's what we do. Come on,
Right.
you want to come on the show? Let's rap about it. Let's rap. That's what me and you doing right now, Terry J. We rapping right
Swear.
now. That's what it is.
Yes, swear. Definitely. We definitely are. I think it's a great idea. I like the name. And I know you said you came up with it because that's what we're doing right now. But who would you say out of you two came up with the name? And, besides it just being what you're doing, how did you come up with that title and the
So
name?
like it just hit me. Like I told you whenever I got to talking to him,
Mhm.
whenever I was coming up with the idea before I presented it to him, even I already had the name in place. I was talking to my friend. I was cleaning up my area to set it up. I said I'm gonna call it the rap. You know what I mean? The real ass podcast. I
Yeah, the
said
blueprint.
I was like I didn't want nothing too corny like the Marcus Porter station or whatever. I didn't want nothing crazy like that. I just wanted to be simple and just something. I didn't want to go too crazy with nothing. It's like everything we do is raw and just put out there. And you know what I mean? That's why I feel it's so real about it because we legit just go with the punches and put it out there. It might be a little flaw in the video. I say fuck it. Come on. Put it out there,
Yeah,
man.
just
Like I'm
start
like a
from the
rapper in the studio, man. I don't care if I mess up. Keep the tape going. Let's
yeah,
go. Let's go.
start from the ground. I'm
Okay.
actually happy you didn't do the Marcus Porter radio because that would translate well. They'd have been like, oh, so both of y'all Marcus Porter? Nah, man.
See, it worked out. It worked out.
Right, right, right.
So, when speaking of people tuning into your show or just the days that you go live, how do you guys stream your show? And if people wanted to tune in, where could they tune in at?
Okay, so we're a cut and edit podcast, kind of like we take after like the $1 million worth of game, the pivots, or
Mm-hmm.
you know
I'm
podcasts like
athlete.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Where I chose to do that because I do a lot of camera angles and stuff, and to be honest, at first I just wasn't familiar with how things work. I like to get in there, edit, and put people's stuff like down, and just from me being raw not knowing how to mess with things, I decided to go with the cut and edit. But I think I'm gonna roll with it. Like shooting, take a day to edit, and then dropping.
Yeah,
Uh, I, I like what you did with the live podcast. That's just not the avenue I wanted to go with.
absolutely.
I do want to do.
Absolutely.
I like the podcasts I listen to are cut and edit. Like like I said, like I Am Athlete and $1 million worth of game. Those are the type of podcasts I love. So I want to emulate that. Just taking heed from what they do.
Right.
I don't know. I think don't quote me, y'all, but I think it's called Drinking Champs or Drink Champs.
Oh, the
I like
drinking
Yeah,
them.
drink
champs.
champs. Yeah, they
Yeah.
are good. They're good
Yeah,
too.
I don't think they do
I
too
like
much
that.
editing though. They're a little wild.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
yeah, and that's the thing about our stuff too. Like we emulate like a lot of people's stuff. I don't want to say it's biting, but like I like to talk to people, and I got adults here, so we drink a lot on not like that, but on the show, we always got some adult beverages going on, and it's so
Yeah.
funny because at like the 30-minute mark of the episode, you see our guests just get more and more get more and more
Little
drunk.
loose, little loose.
by a half hour, when they first get on, they all a little conservative. Like, I don't know, ask what you want.
Right.
30 minutes, they up for
All the
twerking. They
secrets
don't care.
coming out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to tell all the secrets.
Oh
It's
So,
my
crazy to watch
goodness.
that in like real life. Like I always seen it on movies and stuff like that. I heard about it, but it's crazy to be like, well, I don't know if I want to talk about that. Yeah, no, they did that. I'm like, oh.
yeah.
That's definitely fun. You guys, that kind of remind me. Well, it's a little bit different because I was doing live, but I had a sip and listen segment where I wasn't really interviewing people. It was more so I was playing their music and they'll tune in and I'm sipping and they're supposed to be sipping at home. And, you just feeling the vibe. So I like that
Yeah.
y'all do that, get people in the vibe, get them talking.
Right. And honestly, it's a good, like, I try to make it like when you come here, it's not just for an interview. Like,
Mm-mm.
come have fun with us. You know what I mean? Like, I get almost upset because after we turn the cameras off, it'd be better conversations than on camera. Because I'm like we're really like, I don't want to pat ourselves on the back, but we like cool people to talk to. You know what I
Right.
mean? And we really get to rap. And
Right.
like even after the episode, people just chill with us and just we just be drinking,
Keep
chilling,
talking too.
and just keep talking. You know? And I'm like,
We
damn, we should have got this on
we
camera.
literally did two podcasts today, like two, like one and two,
Right, right.
because
Wow.
the guests stayed. You know what? Let's do part two. It was their idea. I was like, oh, put the headphones back on.
Wow.
Let's
I was
go.
like, come on, let's go.
Hey, might as well while you here.
I'm saying.
Right.
That's awesome. I like, the method that y'all do, to be honest with you. I like it. I think it works. Live is yeah. Whew. Sometimes when you go live and you ain't ready for it, oh my gosh. And then you figure if I say something I mess up, you can't take that back. It's kind of
Right.
live on everything.
Right. Right.
Right.
So I
That's
do like to cut
crazy.
and edit. I tried to do cut and edit way back. That didn't work. I wanted to cut it all, and then there was no video. So I'd rather go live and just watch and say, "Well, dang, it's out there."
Right. And we do a lot of like, reels to like get people pumped up to see it. Just recently we caught a lot of heat.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got a lot of heat.
Ooh.
Our reel did over was it
8,000. Yeah.
8,500
Yeah.
views. And
Whoa.
I had a topic. It was, it's kind of touchy. It was about white privilege and black privilege. Now they only seen a
Ugh.
snippet of it, so it kind of got took out of
They
context.
seen the white privilege
They
part.
seen a white privilege part, and I kind of got bashed on the internet about it. And and the one thing I never wanted to be, deframed was what was characterized was racist or anything like that. It was all humor, and uh, the real was about white privilege. And I had a segment about people with black privilege as well, and we got bashed pretty hard about the joke.
Mm,
Uh, yeah, so you know what I mean. It's just learning experience. It was good exposure, but is that
Right.
really the exposure you really want?
But
I don't
see,
want that to be.
this is why we peanut butter and jelly, because he like, bro, I don't know about that. I'm like, man, fuck that. You didn't mean that like that. If that's how they take it, that's how they take it. You know what I mean? We
yeah.
don't hear like if you watch the whole episode, you see, oh, it's just jokes. They're kidding around. You know what I mean? And the
Yeah.
scenarios ain't even really real. You know what I
Right,
mean? So yeah, it was actually crazy, but
Yeah.
right,
that's what, like you said in the beginning, we need each other.
Absolutely. And then, at the end of the day, people try to find something to take out of content. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like they want to find something to talk about at the end of the day. I'm sure that you guys probably didn't say anything that they probably haven't said before.
right,
Um, joke or not, just saying.
Literally.
I don't know what the comments were, but at the end of the day, people are going to find something. They're always going to find
Hmm.
something. At the end of the day, if you had a guest that day and they didn't take offense to it, that's what really matters at the end of the day.
Right.
So
nah,
it
he
is
was
what it
in on
is.
the joke too.
I about to say it was one of his ideas.
I think he brought it up. but
Oh
yeah.
man.
But yeah, it's just rolling with the punches. You've been in this field a little longer than us, so I'm sure some things probably on the interview, either maybe race or sexism or whatever, probably came out the wrong way or something like that. But it's like that's what we got to roll with.
Yeah.
He had to tell me, if we in this game, not everybody's gonna like what we gotta say, especially since we're trying to have a strong platform and really stand on what we believe. And not
Hmm.
Hmm.
everybody's going to agree. Me and him don't agree on everything all the
Mm-mm.
time. So
Right.
so spreading the word out to the world, not everybody's going to agree, not everybody's going to feel it. But that's what causes people to tune in. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel.
Not to mention part of this
Yeah.
show is called, the real. So we keep it real with each other. So if I could tell him like, you're good, I know you ain't meaning like that. Don't worry about it. He could trust me to be like, okay, if he said that, and vice versa.
Right.
Never know what I might be going through, and he might be like, oh nah, but don't worry about that. So
Right, because he made me
Right.
feel good. He made me feel good. Sorry to cut you off, but he made me feel good about myself because like I said, we worked together. And he said, you treat people from different races better
yeah,
than their own kind. So I don't want to
literally.
hear none of that. You know what I mean? So don't even let that even
Had to
creep
get
in.
with him real quick,
He said,
man.
don't even let that creep into your head. You know what I mean? I was like, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's one thing I never wanted to be labeled as, or even close to labeled as. Because I love everybody. I don't care what you do. You know what I mean? I don't care what,
Yeah.
man. I don't care if you're white, black, green, blue. I don't go. I don't.
I
I
don't
don't
go.
care if you're gay, straight. I don't. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Right. Right. And then, at the same time, it kind of reminds me of like when people make music, like let's talk about Nicki, Cardi, Coi Ray, all of them, or the guys, Moneybag, Dirt, Boozy, you know, all of them people make music for the love of music and also for the audiences that like their particular music.
Right.
So, I hate when people say, oh, they're not good role models. They're not meant to be a role model to your child. They're
No.
meant to do what they love, do a job, and get paid. You know, now don't get me wrong, if your child wants to be like a music artist, for instance, then yeah, they might say, oh, I look up to her because her style or her music. But at the end of the day, you can't expect for a music artist to change what they're doing because you disagree. So when it
Right.
comes back to your podcast, again, the rap slash the real, you're going to speak the real. So if the topic is on there, white privilege, Black Lives Matter, whatever it is, they choose to click on that and play at the
Right.
end of the day.
And I say
So
that.
if yeah, and it's like for me, if I go online and it says, "Oh, stripper fest," I'm not into strippers. I ain't clicking it. Like it's just I'm not clicking it. Salute to the strippers though.
Right.
No offense to y'all. Y'all doing y'all thing. Keep on shaking it. But I'm not into that. So I'm not gonna click on it. But so at the end of the day, I would say on their side, hey, if you don't want to watch something like that, don't want to hear it, don't click it. But at the same time, as podcasters, as radio hosts, sometimes sensitive conversations I personally avoid because people are too sensitive, a
Right.
little bit too
Right.
sensitive. But you know, and then it depends on how it was said too. So, but again, I highly doubt you said it in a really bad
Right.
way.
And honestly, some people did. Some people were real about it. White people comment. They said obviously he's making humor out of it. That's pretty funny. You know what I mean? Like some people were being real, but it just seemed like the other crowd just was ready to bash. I'm like, I just take them into the full episode. I said watch the full episode. I
Right.
don't mean no harm or nothing like that. But I respected
Yeah.
the people. I replied to the people that
Kept it
that
real.
was that was keeping it real. I'm like, that was a funny joke. You know what I mean? I don't know why some people was like, quit bashing him on his reel. You know what I mean? Like,
Like you clicked it to watch it. You could have skipped it easily.
right,
Easy.
right.
So,
And
Swipe.
literally.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I know I keep on cutting you. I think it's
You're
a
okay.
radio. I think it's a radio personality in both of us. Keep on. We're so used to getting interviewed that I mean, I'm used to. I'm not used to being on the other side of the spectrum. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to apologize. Yeah, I know setting this up with me probably was a little difficult. I know you was asking, you had a commercial. I was like, look, Sarah, I don't got nothing. Listen,
We
I,
still new.
I was like, listen, I forgot me and him even had a picture together. I was like, we took it at level up that
Yeah.
one night. I was like, she said, I texted her, I said, yeah, bro, we need a picture together. I was like, we don't got nothing, do we? I said, hey, I want to send her a bunch. I was like, oh, there's one picture we can. But I said, Tara's probably sick of me, probably tired. Like, man, I can't set this up with this dude for nothing, man. But no, I just wanted to apologize. I'm like, no, I was serious about it, but what you was asking me for, I'm like, Tara, I'm a rookie. I know you pro Tara J.
Right. Right.
Let me get there a little bit. Let me
You gotta
climb
catch
up.
up.
No, you guys were fine. It was funny. It was, and I actually like this. I do like this because it's like podcast, talking podcast. You know what I'm saying? We have real
Right.
conversations. And also, there's some conversations that we're touching on that I feel like it's important for everybody because even music artists, like we were touching on a topic on, things that are said and what should be clicked on and what shouldn't be said, stuff like that. That plays a big role in the music artist too, at the
Yep.
end of the day. Because one thing about the music artist is again with this coming together thing, instead of coming together, they want to go against each other, go on different
Mhm.
podcasts, talk about each other. I had an
Right.
artist, I won't put out there because I don't do that, but I had an artist hit me and he said, "Hey, love your show. I want to get on it." I'm like, "Okay, what you want to do?" He's like, "Well, I got this problem with this promoter and I want to talk my stuff." And I'm like, who's the promoter?" He told me and I'm cool with that promoter. So I'm like, "No,
Ooh.
no,
Nah,
no, 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 no."
Yeah.
can't be in
I
the
said,
middle of that.
Yeah, I said, "I'm sorry, I cannot do that." And he's like, "Oh, dang, but it would be a good story." I said, "I completely understand that, but I can't do it."
Right. That's you kind of like draw the line right there. I know like me and him, we from different neighborhoods and stuff. And some people that, we're like we can't interview because of
Mm-hmm.
like, where they're from and stuff. Not that we're in anything, but it's just, simple code of
Mm-hmm.
ethics. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
my friends are from this, you know what I mean? I just can't do that to the people like, you know what I mean? So
We actually
Yeah.
interview somebody, and before we be like, what don't you want to talk about?
always ask
And they're
that.
from the same neighborhood as me, and I forgot. And he was like, "Oh, about this." I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about that, bro. And he was going to ask about it too. I'm like, oh.
Because look, hey Sarah J, on my, might call me a troublemaker or not, I don't know, but I'm like always like, I'm like, yeah, tell us, let it all out. You know, I'm always like, also let it all out stuff. So,
And I forgot totally. I was like,
Absolutely.
we ain't talking about that.
Oh man, that's a tough, that's tough. Because imagine if you would have asked. Oh my goodness. I
with the
watch
back up the podcast.
I don't know this other guy. Oh, and I watch him on YouTube all the time. I forgot his podcast name, but he's a podcaster. He's like up there, thousands of views. And he interviewed who was that? He interviewed some artist and she got Cuban doll. And she got so mad because she basically told him not to ask certain stuff. He was asking it, but in a different way. She got up and walked right out.
I think I seen that one too.
Listen, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's the moment I live for. I gotta have one of those. I gotta have one of those moments happen to me where somebody be like, "Man, he really tried to get this out of me."
Man, I ain't trying to have all
Yes.
three of y'all moment. No.
Your Birdman moment. I come in, quit playing with my name.
All three of y'all.
What
I'm
do you
like,
say?
bro,
Put
it's
some respect with my
two of
name.
us.
But yeah, but no, another thing, I talked to Rich Porter. Obviously you worked with him,
Richie.
and you work with my bigger brother Chaz, C's. I'm sorry,
Sees.
and Richie said, he's like, man, Tara don't work with the whole family now. It's so funny because them two do a lot of work together, and like,
Yeah.
I'm just like a little brother who does his own thing, and now, like now the world done passed where me and you actually did work together. It's crazy how that worked out. You did a comedy show on my brother. You done hosted
Yeah.
events with them and stuff like that. And here I am. You don't even know about me. I got my own little avenue. We end up having ties.
It's crazy, and I love how that comes together. I love networking with everybody. I'm glad that I got to meet all of you guys. Shout out to C's. Like you said, he was on the comedy show. He's also featured in my fiance's new movie coming up, No Talking. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna love that. Y'all definitely let y'all know when the premiere happens so y'all can come on out.
Yes, yes.
It's Richie Porter. I've been rocking with Richie for a minute. I love his music. Had him on the show. He supports, I support. Just
Right.
and then you support. So gotta
Right.
get you on the show too.
Yeah, it's crazy. I told Richie, a while ago. I said you gotta link me with Tara J. He hit me with the link yourself. What's on Friday?
Yeah.
Give yourself a link up. But no, just so I was like, my shyness is like I'll wait till I'm bigger so she can actually know me at first or whatever. So it felt good to actually introduce myself at the level up
Yeah,
studio.
that's one of the first things he said when we started. He was like, Terry J? I'm like, no. He was like, you got a link. And I started tuning in. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
And it's wild
I
because the guest we
appreciate
had
y'all.
here today, she said she knew you too. I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, that's weird. I didn't even know. I put y'all both in the flyer. I was like, big day for us, blase blase. And like
Yeah.
neither one of y'all said, oh, I know her. So I didn't know. So
Right.
she came here today. She's oh yeah,
Straight
that's my
said it.
girl. That's my girl. We did this and that, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that. I was just it
Wait, who
just
was she again?
so we had an exotic dancer named her name was Chardonnay. I think she said did she say her sister?
Oh,
Yeah,
hey
right.
All right,
girl.
okay, yeah. We had her on the show, and she's like, yeah, I seen y'all got with Tara J. Like, I think she said either y'all did work together or her and her
Mhm.
sister or something like.
You and her sister, I think.
Yeah, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a small world, you know what I mean? Like, what's the odds that what I mean? You down with her, and we got a show with her later on, you
Right.
know what I mean? So that was good.
Oh yeah, shout out to her for real. Good vibes. Now I must ask y'all because you mentioned that you guys just started, which is perfectly okay because y'all about to skyrocket, already hitting thousands of views early. You're very welcome. But I must ask you, what's the hardest part about being a podcaster that you would say?
Well, from my experience, I'm gonna let Smitty go with this too. But from my experiences, it's only us two. Like legit, this is our team.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels good when we walk in the streets and people, applaud us that we didn't even know tuned into the show. But it just feels good that, like, what the I'm gonna get back to the question. The challenge is, what I mean, like, with it being us two, it's good, but it's bad because it's literally only us two. So
Right.
you know what I mean? We got to make sure we on point and see. And we're both fathers. You know what I mean? We're both
Mm-hmm.
working fathers at
Mm-hmm.
that. And our shift is not easy. So so you know, being full time dads. I'm a full time dog dad. You know what I mean? I'm a full time worker. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So all that mixed into one, it makes it that we can't push out as much content as we would like. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
we're only shooting once a week. Where I will really want
Mhm.
to shoot, 2, 3 times a week. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
but just life won't allow that. I got a newborn son up there. You know what I mean? Yeah, my kids need my attention, and
Hmm.
right now it's kind of like on a hobby to business stage and not just straight business stage. So you know what I mean. Until the checks start coming in like we want to, gotta balance out priorities. I gotta be a full time dad. My kids need me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong.
Basically the same thing. Just scheduling is the hardest part because there's times we might want to do it, but something come up. My youngest is 10 months, so yeah,
Mm.
it's and then my other two they in the sports, so we make time for it, but sometimes we can't get it, or what I mean, like you said, it's just us two. We both trying to learn how to edit, and he do most of it though. I give him all the credit. He the Swiss Army knife right now. You know what I mean? So that's just the hardest part of scheduling, and we always on the same page, but just the scheduling.
And I would say also, when somebody cancels out on us, that
Oh
pisses
yeah,
us
yeah,
off
yeah,
the
yeah,
most.
yeah.
That pisses
Ooh.
Yeah.
that pisses us off the most.
Not
I'm not
even
going.
canceling. It's just when you don't say nothing. It's just
Right. Yeah. If you don't give
Yeah.
me a heads up, it hasn't happened a lot, but the times that it did happen is real impactful.
right.
You know what I mean? I just like, just give me a heads up. You know what I mean? Because I got, people I'm calling him, and sometimes other friends will come to support or just
Hmm.
work the the videography of it. And you know what I mean? If I'm calling all
Mhm.
these people and you don't show up or give me a heads up, it makes me look bad, and we waste everybody's time, and I don't
Yeah.
want to do
Not
Right.
to
that.
mention we'll wait for you, and then you don't say nothing. That whole time we waited, we could have did our own thing real quick.
Right, right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Got it done. Oh, you ain't coming. All right, boom. We like I said, I come over here, so what I mean. I leave my family, at the house. So we could have been done. I could have been back with my kids and stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I would say that really irritates me. And the one thing I don't get is, as many people know, my interviews aren't free. So I don't understand why people pay for something and then don't promote it, don't come on live, just go ghost. And I'm like, how does that work? Because if I
Need that
go
money to
pay for
blow.
something, yeah, if I go pay for something, you're gonna hear from me every hour.
Yeah, and honestly, me and him, we talked about eventually we're going to transition to the pay method. And it's for reasons like that. You know what I mean? Don't waste my time. Uh, like basically, I'm not going. So if I'm reaching out to somebody, I'm not going to charge them. Obviously, you know what I mean? Like
Right,
I'm not
right.
going to charge them.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
if I'm reaching out to them. But for the people that's reaching out to us, it takes a lot for us to cut and edit. That stuff is not easy. You know what I mean? So
Right.
No.
so you know what I mean. If you reaching out to me, wanting to get on my platform, not saying we're the biggest yet, but we are growing. You know what I mean? We are garnishing a little attention or whatever. So
Okay.
yeah, we are going to start
Right.
making a standard price, and
Yeah.
You got people unsending them DMs now.
Yeah.
let me hop out this deal.
You
You
gotta
know,
put them in the DM.
and no, honestly, because I wanted to give people the shot, because I remember when it was our first interview and we
Yeah.
were stretching out just trying to find somebody just so we can even get our face on the camera. So who am I to tell somebody or not give somebody that shot?
Right.
But
Right.
it also got to make sense for us. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It has to make sense. Like, I can't bring you on. We're still trying to grow our face and our name onto something.
Hmm.
Mhm.
You gotta make sure that like it makes sense on both ends. You know what I mean?
Right.
We want to help you just as much as we want you to help us. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
Right.
right.
Right. And at the same time, I try to let people view it from this perspective too. If you work a 9 to 5, that you're expected to go to work, you're expected to get paid. With the business, a podcast, a music studio, whatever you got, photography studio, you have to put money to even build it to make it active. So
Right.
at the
Hmm.
end of the day, you invested all this money. It's a job now. Now it's a job. Now you need paid because this is your time. And like you mentioned, you got kids to feed, you got yourself to feed. You got to
Right.
pay for gas. You got to pay for everything, and nothing is free. So, even as a startup, I definitely respect y'all for saying, we're trying to just start it up, see what's going on. Cause honestly, that's how I started. I was doing stuff for free. And then one day I woke up and I said, F this. And then I start charging because Listen, I needed some food on the table. I needed some gas, and
Yeah,
I needed a
yeah,
Right.
car. So,
Right. No, that's
you
yeah.
right.
know,
Like,
honestly, I don't fault anybody for charging. Honestly, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's your time. Time is money.
right. That's why I'm glad I won the raffle. You know what I mean? I like to Jay. You know, I need to win this raffle, man. Listen, I sent you a couple of raffle tickets. I gotta make sure I win this thing.
Man,
Man.
he
Swear.
told me I could have helped with the odds. He was like, "Yeah, bro." So look, enter this raffle. I'm like, "Dang, bro, I could have entered too. We could have, you know
Nah,
what
it was definitely good. When I heard my name, I was like, I don't win anything. I said, God damn. I was like, all right, cool. All right, cool. You know, at least you know I
He
talked.
definitely came into work feeling real good. Like, bro, I don't win nothing. This is
No,
nope.
it felt good because like like it's crazy. Like I told you earlier, I've been wanting to work with you. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like I've been trying to. I just really wanted to pick your brain on stuff. You know what I mean? I was like, I told him I said, man, she been in the game a little longer than
Yep.
us. You know what I mean? Like it's like that from anybody. Like you like the podcast OG almost. You know?
Yeah.
You
Don't make me
know.
feel old.
Not old in age, but old in experience. You know what I mean? You've been doing this for a couple years now, and like you got. I checked out your website. You got like all the stuff that we talked about. Like you already 10 steps ahead of that. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? And I was like,
Oh,
well, I just want to give you your flowers on that. You know what I mean? We in the same industry, and like I
yes.
said, you win, I win. That's how I look at it.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Listen, you guys, and you guys are listen. We're gonna recap this because as soon as a year passed, we're gonna look back on this interview and be like,
Yep.
"Wow, they didn't came a long way."
Yep.
Right,
It's
right.
gonna be crazy.
I got so many people that wanted to come and be with us or be on. I wanted to make sure my stuff was right before I
Yeah.
before I got them. People that got some good names in the city, and I'm like, let me figure this podcast stuff out first. You know what I mean? Let me bust out a couple little regular interviews and stuff, garner some attention, and then I'm gonna be right. Then I'm gonna be ready for you. So like I said, we got a big year coming up. Like
Yeah.
we got things coming up. It's so big, and like we just trying to use this avenue and really take it because like it being a hobby, we really enjoy it. This is fun. Talking to you right now is fun. Like
This is
I'm
my
like
therapy.
this is like yeah. We don't. I don't go to therapist. This is my therapy. Like he said.
Yes, yes, and I agree with you. Like I love just networking with people, talking to people, and then you'll be surprised the things that you find out when you interview people. It's insane. So many people are so talented, and
Yeah.
when you hear the backstory of even before they got started, how they were, you be like, "Dang, you came a long way."
Right.
Yeah. We interviewed one
Man.
dude. I kind of knew his story. We grew up in the same, neighborhood, but he was telling us stuff that I ain't know. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I mean?
it it, it,
Yeah.
it becomes when you talk to people and like that's why I try to get to the real of people, understand people why they are the way they are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not just I never wanted a CNBC type of interview show where I mean it's like what's the girl that be interviewing Megan Thee Stallion or R. Kelly, you know what
Gail,
what I'm talking about.
Gail King.
Gail King, Gail King.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
that's my
her.
girl.
Shout out to Gail King, but it was like I didn't want that for me. I wanted to be somewhere where I'm not just sitting like it's a Wendy's interview.
Nah.
I wanted to laugh. I want you to vibe with us.
Yeah.
I might start the podcast off with the wildest question. You know what I mean? Nothing. I might have
Yes, he
brought you in to
does.
talk about music. First question I'm asking you is, what's your favorite porn star? You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
I'm talking about threw me off guard. I'm
their
like,
whole face is changing.
I'm like, wait a minute, we didn't go over this.
It's
Be like,
straight
so that's
off
how we
script.
coming?
Yeah, so just ask them a question that has nothing to do with anything that they came in for. Like, what the fuck? Why are you asking me about cars? I said,
Right, right.
yeah,
That's super dope. Like I said, I could see you guys doing a lot, and thinking of a lot, 2022 just started, but it's flying. We're already in June. So what would you say you guys have planned for the rest of this year?
so we're gonna knock out a couple more, like just get learning the interview process. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to break our show down by season. So maybe
Oh,
10 episodes in season one. You know what I mean? Then come back harder with season two. We're just trying to get better, invest into our craft a little bit better. Get
Yep.
better mics or
Better
better
equipment. Period.
equipment, better lighting, whatever we got to do to just keep on upgrading on our craft and get like the utmost professional look and and with experience with our talking, you know what I mean? Because like we're not straight radio. We didn't go to school for this. We're not
No,
journalists.
I'm from the hood.
Right.
Oh.
We all from the hood. So you know what I mean? So like,
Period.
we don't have we're not journalists. I didn't go to school for this, but it's so crazy that I'm still able to captivate this and get stuff out of people
Uh-huh.
better than some people that went to school for this. You know what I mean? So I applaud us for that.
I feel like there's nothing better than hood, teachings. Like this is hood politics right here.
Right.
This is why we
Okay.
get the real out of people. You know what I mean?
And
Okay. And
and
there's
we
nothing wrong with that.
right. Go ahead, Tara.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I did go to college, but I went for multimedia, not necessarily just radio. I barely even did the radio segment, which I feel a little bothered about. But at the end of the day, I am from the hood too, though. So I'm from
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
G-Field
ahead.
all day, every day.
Uh-huh.
Go
Oh yeah.
ahead. Go ahead with your bad self.
So, and honestly, I feel like people that's from the hood, it don't matter you didn't go to college because people that's from the hood, you have like the gift of gab for real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right.
you know how to get the people, where to get the scoop at. You already know, how to ask people certain questions, especially interviewing music artists. Most of them are hood, so having
Mm-hmm.
that mentality or at least knowing how to deal with that helps a lot. I won't say. Let me rephrase what I said for the children that are listening. It's very important that if you do choose to go to college, you choose to go for what you want to do. I do encourage college. However, I'm going to have to be real and say just because you don't go to college does not mean you won't be anything and can't succeed. I'm going
We're
to say it
products
that
of
way.
that. We're products of that. I went to
Yeah.
trade. I got a trade. I got my CDL. So you know
Ooh,
what I mean.
okay.
I make before I was here, some spots was making more than people I knew that went to college. You know what I mean. Even still
Yeah.
though, we still make what I mean more than
Right.
some people that go to college. So
Right.
Yeah.
That,
yeah.
and that's what I say. Like my job pays good. I make it probably sound the same amount as somebody that got a degree.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean. But what you made a good point when you talk about the craft of things, and what I mean. We just got to gift the gab because like I didn't go to school for journalists. I didn't go to school for videography, audio, or anything like that. We just
Hmm.
straight just study. When not just black man, when any mind could put something to it and they
Mm-hmm.
really want to do it, you'll do it
Hmm.
once you want to put the time and the effort in.
To
Absolutely.
pick my bad, bro. To piggyback off of that. Speaking of like, you actually trained somebody that came from college.
Oh, wow.
Who Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. He
yeah.
went to Purdue. So you know what
Right,
I mean.
right.
Wow.
It's crazy that I'm training people that actually in far as the educational field went further than me. I stopped
Yeah.
at high school. And they went further, and I'm training them to do a job. You know what I
Right.
mean? So stuff
Yeah.
like that. Stuff like that is amazing.
College ain't bad, but you don't necessarily need it unless you got a plan. That's your plan,
Exactly.
go with it. You know what I mean? But if not, there's other avenues. Don't get, my message to the kids is don't get discouraged if you
Hmm.
can't or don't want to go to college. There's way more
Right.
avenues. They even got Forbes, for you to do trades in high school. So when you get out, you hit right, straight to the work field.
Right.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. So, if there was somebody on a podcast right now that wanted to start their own podcast, their own radio show, or just wanted to get into the interviewing process, or even maybe go to college or not go to college for this and just study it, what would your advice be to them as far as getting started?
Study a lot. Actually care. You know what I mean? This wasn't easy. It took hours. My fiance just looking at me on YouTube, studying what's the right equipment to buy. You know what I mean? I already had lighting and stuff because I do photography and stuff. So I just kind of like mixed and matched. But I didn't know anything. I'm going into Guitar Center. Asking the guy, I'm dumbfounded, trying to get advice from the cashier, like what would be the best, situation for me, and you know what I mean. And he kind of pointed me in the right direction, and I just kind of went from there.
Well, at least you
Yeah,
got
mine
help.
would be mine would be believe in yourself. You know what I mean? I only watch TV, I watch podcasts. So as part of my studying is just I watch podcasts every day or listen to them. So I always wanted to do one. I just never thought about doing it. And he came to me like, "You want to be my cuz?" I'm like, "Yeah, hell yeah." You know what I mean? And then like he didn't know how serious I was. He was like, "We need a third mic." I went right out and bought it. We need some more
Oh,
headphones. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? I told him I'm gonna invest whatever we need. Let me know if I got it. We gonna have it. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and you got to invest in yourself. You ain't got to spend thousands right away. You know what I mean?
Right.
Get
Mhm.
what you can afford, perfect your craft, and the rest will come.
Right. Don't
Yes.
despise small beginnings.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love that saying. I'm gonna say that one more time.
Don't despise small beginnings. You
Yes,
know,
that's
so
dope, y'all. Y'all gotta like quote that or something.
I
Gonna put it
stole
right
that.
in the.
I can't keep that one. Man, I stole it off somebody. I
Oh
loved it
dang.
myself.
Hey, they probably stole it off somebody else.
That's how it works.
Probably so. It
I'm
just
taking
it
it.
gets passed along.
Yeah.
So, I know a lot of people that, did tune in and people who are going to tune in later, they're probably out there still enjoying the weather, getting ready to party, whatever maybe. For the people who did tune in or going to tune in, where could they follow you on social media to support you guys also and also follow you guys and check out your episodes?
Okay, so you can follow us by our regular name handles on Facebook. I'm Marcus Porter. That's me. Just raw.
Mhm.
I'm McShan Smith Jr. You know what I
And that's
mean?
on Facebook.
That's on Facebook.
We on the YouTube, we got our YouTube. It's the Real Ass Podcast, no spaces. Uh, that's where you can find our full videos at. Uh,
Mhm.
I made us an Instagram and the TikToks and all that stuff, but I didn't even get in the Twitters. But I didn't even get big on it yet. So not until I start promoting stuff on there. Right now, our main's just been Facebook and YouTube and Instagram.
But even like your personal
Okay.
Instagram is.
Oh yeah, like my personal Instagram is Mark God 412. That's at MarkGod 412.
Yeah, mine is Toucan Sham at TWOCANSHAM on Instagram
Okay.
and Twitter.
Oh, you on Twitter too? Okay, I'm gonna follow you.
Bet. I ain't popping on
Yeah.
Twitter. I'm really popping on Instagram, but not Twitter. I'm
Everybody
lame on
say that
Twitter.
about Twitter.
I, you
I
know,
love it, but
Hey,
I'm lame on there.
Man, I'll tell you, I had Twitter years ago, and I kind of faded off of it. The Snapchats of the world started getting popular, so I kind of left Twitter alone. I feel like I'm just too behind on Twitter. I don't know if I can catch up.
It's a
But
lot.
like one thing, hold on. I did have to say to see next time you or your husband's making a movie.
Mhm.
Make sure we get a role in there or
I need
something.
something small,
For
something
sure.
little. I can say 2 words. That's all.
So I can, y'all put my brother Chaz and y'all put my brother C's in there, man. That's like, forget him, man. Because I'm just kidding. I'm just
Look,
kidding.
I can give y'all the snap look.
No, serious. We used to do little small movies and stuff. I could show my other little hidden talent that I could truly be the actor that everybody needs to
He
see.
could low key sing, but I ain't gonna
Absolutely.
put him on the spot.
Oh man,
You
don't
said
be
you could
telling him
sing?
I can
You could
sing.
sing?
A little bit, a little
No,
bit.
Sarah, don't even. No, he hear me joking around and really like me singing, man. So don't think, don't. He really likes it. I be playing around. He be like he can really sing, yeah. So I'm not a singer. I'm not a singer.
I'll be hyper, man.
Oh,
That's my
okay.
bro.
I was about to be like, oh, cast it. I
I'm
would
about to put you
definitely
on the
let
spot.
him know. I'm sure he's tuning in right now. Shout out to baby Nels D. Okay, I'll definitely let him know. He got a movie coming up. I won't spill the beans, until he's ready, but I
Right.
would definitely let him know for the next film.
Yeah, man. We can get on there. We gotta be in there together. Let's have us be. We could be security go. We can have a little cameo role, man.
Man,
Don't
I'm
matter,
doing
man.
it for free. Look,
It
I
can,
just want to be on TV.
yeah, man. Let's let me get on there, man. Just like I just need to be on there and show the world, what
You
we
got
can
many talents.
do.
Absolutely, absolutely, and we definitely plan on tapping in with y'all more. We got to work together. Like I said, help each
Yes.
other, network,
Right.
work, and
I
put out
seen your
some dope content.
magazines and stuff. I said, oh man, that looks cool too. I said, golly, I said, I like everything you do. I wouldn't go to
Thank you.
magazine route for us, but just seeing your growth, I'm just gonna applaud you. I don't know if you can hear it on our interface, but
Thank
we
you.
got claps. We got claps going on for you right
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. I need that.
And you got
I
stopped by the
appreciate
basement
it.
too.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
For real?
we the latest basement podcast. That's what he meant. Yeah, we in the basement because we started from the bottom, and we the latest basement podcast in the whole of Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? So we like to stand by that. You know what I mean? We got notorious people all around us, like a notorious Big. I'm staring at Lauren Hill. I got Muhammad Ali behind me. It's just all greatness around. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
when you hear, I want you to like be surrounded by greatness. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's super dope. And I respect it. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's super dope. And I want to say salute to you guys as well. I know y'all got big things on the way coming. I'ma always tune in. So make sure y'all share y'all shows to me. I'll definitely share it. And like I said, I'll keep y'all tuned with the movie. And I appreciate y'all coming on the show.
We appreciate
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Yeah, you're very welcome. No
Shout out. Shout out.
problem. Yes. And before we do go, let the people know if you got any special shout outs tonight.
I want to give a special. I'm started off and kick it off. So I want to give a shout out to my family, my lovely fiance who's staring me in the face. You know my fiance staring me right in the face right now on the other side of the other side of the basement. Shout out to my kids. They keep me driven. They keep me motivated. You know. Shout out to the rap.
Yeah, shout out to my
Yes.
wife first and foremost. You know what I mean? Hair by Lenny, she do hair, real
Ooh.
professional. Whatever you need done, you gonna hit her up. You might not get in for a while because she booked up, but
Oh
you know
man.
what I mean. You know what I mean. You know me. I might be able to talk and squeezing you in a little bit, but
Appreciate
shout out
that.
to my three boys. You know what I mean. My oldest son, I'm going by Coach Smitty because he want me to coach him in football. So shout out to
Okay.
all my boys. I love them to death.
Oh, shout out to all of them. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to both of y'all fiancés. Love the black love. Love it. Shout out to all of them. And yes, please tell your girl I need my hair done. I got a big head, so this hair can't be undone. Okay. So you definitely gotta let me know if she got an Instagram, if you can send that to me too. I'll
Oh yeah,
definitely
I
hit her
got
up.
you. I got you.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys for coming live. Like I said, it was a pleasure. We're definitely gonna work in the future. I will
Yep.
definitely I'll message y'all and I'll message you after the show about getting my hair done.
Yeah.
But
All right. Thanks, to.
you're very welcome. And Marcus, tell your girl I need some more drinks, okay?
I got you.
Yeah,
I
she
got
was
you.
going to, for real.
Awesome.
All
That
right.
is it, you guys, for tonight. That was Hot X Mag Online Radio with the Rap Podcast. We out of here for tonight. Peace.
Peace.